Greetings, one and all. Welcome to the show. My name is Lenny Hernandez. Today is Friday, July 8th, 2022, and we have a wonderful episode for you today. We're covering 4th of July celebrations from around Aero communities. We're taking a special look at the delightful happenings over at the Parkway Senior Living, getting in the groove with Vitalia Strongsville, and to round things out, we're witnessing a metamorphosis over at Rock Creek Senior Living. Well, I'd say there's no time like the present, so let's get this show on the road. Welcome to Aero Nicely News. Well, Monday was the 4th of July, also known as Independence Day in the United States of America, commemorating the signing of the Declaration of Independence, a time to remember that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Profound words, no? Well, the community's gotten to the swing of things with delicious food, parties, music, and plenty of red, white, and blue. And for those of you looking for more information about this important holiday, be sure to check out Aero's recent diversity and inclusion video featuring a discussion with Professor Catherine O'Donnell all about Independence Day and the Constitution. Check out this little tidbit.
So, do you think most of the American colonists wanted to keep the king? Did we want to replace it with a new type of government?
Yeah, that's a question that's really interesting to think about. And historians have this kind of shorthand way of saying it. Was it a war just about home rule, or was it also a war about who should rule at home, right? And for some colonists, really all that they wanted to do was kind of lop off, maybe a nasty gesture, not the head, but the top layer, right? Just sort of remove the colonies from king and parliament and then carry on, right? Just carry on as before. But a lot of other colonists thought that the revolution was an opportunity to try to change society in deeper ways. So some resented the fact that some people in states such as New York, for example, just own huge amounts of land, right? And other people owned very few. Some people in cities thought that like artisans, craftspeople should have the right to vote, which they did not unless they had a certain amount of property. So it's kind of a mix, right, of people who wanted a purely one we might think of like classically political revolution that was just about the structure of government, and other people who had a little bit more of a social revolution in mind.
Well, we hope that you all had a fun and safe 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, y'all! Next up, we'd like to take a minute to shine a light on the Parkway Senior Living in Blue Springs, Missouri. There have been a lot of exciting things happening over at that lovely community, so let's check out some of the fun that's been going on. First off, residents went to Colonial Gardens, a farm, market, and event destination to listen to some music and do some dancing. Then some residents took to the water aboard a proud pontoon boat. They jetted around Lake Jacoma, a gorgeous 970-acre freshwater reservoir in Fleming Park. And finally, residents of the Parkway enjoyed a delightful excursion to Green Meadows Alpaca Ranch. They met some friendly sheep, goats, and of course alpacas, and even enjoyed a picnic with the animals. Then, on their way home from Green Meadows, they made a stop at Odessa Creamery for some refreshing ice cream. So a huge shout out to the Parkway for all the fun stuff that's been going on over there. We know that you all are having a blast, and we'll be sure to check in again soon to see what y'all have been up to. You know, I'm gonna have to just make a stop over there in Blue Springs very soon. If it's gonna be all ice cream and alpacas, I want in. Our next story takes us all the way over to Vitalia Senior Residence's Strongsville, where they have been moving and grooving to some excellent classic rock and roll. First, the Beatles in Cleveland stopped by the community, bringing with them memorabilia and fascinating history. The presentation told the story of when the Beatles came to Cleveland in 1964 and the police stopped the show mid-performance. The police, the actual police, and not the band, the Police, leading to all rock and roll shows being banned from appearing in the city. Now, of course, that didn't last long though, because as we all know, Cleveland rocks. The Beatles returned in 1966, just 2 short years later, and the rest is history. Residents got to hear the stories and see some incredible treasures. Then, it was the king of rock and roll's turn as residents ventured to the theaters to see Elvis, a biopic of Elvis Presley starring Austin Butler and Tom Hanks. They reported loving it and left the theater all shook up, oh, I'm all shook up, oh, oh, oh. I'm hitting those notes, right? Yeah, oh yeah, of course. Well, as we wrap things up and say goodbye once again, we'd like to share with you some beautiful, newly hatched creatures from Rock Creek Senior Living. Now, the residents there witnessed the emergence of stunning butterflies from their chrysalises. So, as I'm played off, please enjoy these brand new beauties. For Arrow Nicely News, I'm Lenny Hernandez. Have a great weekend, an even better week, and we will see you all next Friday. Enjoy.